자, 여러분 안녕하세요. 엄군입니다. 자, 오늘 NBA 2K20 미네소타 팀버울브스 대 골든스테이트 워리어즈 경기 11월 9일 경기 한번 플레이 해보도록 하겠습니다. 미네소타 홈 경기고요. 사실 좀 골든스테이트 거의 전락했는데 이번에 미네소타와의 경기는 좀 비벼볼만 하지 않을까. 사실 미네소타도 센터 한 명 빼놓고는 그렇게 뛰어난 애가 없기 때문에 한번 아무튼 경기 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다.
So last time you were on 2K20, you said that your My Player build was basically just like yourself. Is that still the case?
Yeah, really the overall player. Like you said, high IQ, somebody that can just think the game, make the right plays at all times, and just really focus on trying to win.
So what three My Player
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
Our coverage tonight from Target Center as the Minnesota Timberwolves will be playing against the Golden State Warriors. Last game for Golden State, they ended up with a loss to the Rockets at Toyota Center. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. And one of the players lacing them up for this game, Jeff Teague. So many great point guards in the league. Kenny, do you think he gets lost in the shuffle?
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We'll take a look at the Timberwolves. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, the Warriors, 2.5 games back.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they fought awfully hard this season, and they've got the results to show for it. It's been a breakout year for this group.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a nice story, but now the real work begins.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being
저
said,
골든스테이트는
let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer,
러셀
David
말고는
Aldridge.
보여준 애가 없어.
In 2018, the
러셀이
Minnesota
진짜
Timberwolves
에이스가
broke their
될 줄이야.
league-leading 14-year playoff drought with the help of Jimmy Butler.
All right, David, thanks. Doris, what do you think it's like for a team coming into a new season with a new head coach?
You know what's fascinating to me is each individual organization, Kevin, seems to have their own vernacular, their own verbiage to describe their system. So with a new coach, number one, he's putting in a system. Number two, the guys are trying to familiarize themselves with his language, not only the X's and O's.
이거 잠시만요. 이거 내가 팀 선택을 워리어즈로 안 했네.
But how does he communicate it?
And yeah, right. That's a good point. The delivery of the message is sometimes as important as the X's and O's.
No doubt.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. They've got Robinson. Russell is out there with Cauley Stein. And it's Poole in at the 2-guard spot. And for Minnesota, Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5.
커서를
Teague at the point with Wiggins
골든스테이트로
at the
안
2.
옮겨놨었어.
And it's Graham in at the 3 spot. Here's Teague.
제가 직접 타운즈를 맡겠습니다.
Now Graham. Outside Covington. He dishes it to Teague. No good. Nice D from Russell. To the middle. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Got that
야,
one.
Well, the ability to stretch the defense from distance. Jeff Teague has it. He squares it up and releases quickly.
Pascal, the pass to Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Towns. Inside, here's Wiggins. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Poole, covered by Wiggins. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Good on both.
And you think about the Wolves' history. KG clearly their best player, but Big Cat has a chance to reach that level someday.
He does, Greg, and I think we always look through KG's legacy being defined by passion, commitment, and leadership. That was as important as his basketball skill. Karl Anthony Towns is similarly talented, right? I think the key is he just needs to find consistency. That's the last step.
Shoot from the right block. Here's Poole, covered by Wiggins, uncovered, and that one good. Scholes got his second bucket of the night.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Towns with the defensive effort. And so Graham will bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by one. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
They needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them. Well, a bit reckless right there. That's his second foul, and he can't afford to pick up a third.
Okogie's checked in for Robert Covington. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. But they'll get another chance. A nice shot by Teague.
Yeah, Jeff Teague is very capable in the mid-range. This guy is very dependable as a scorer.
Cauley Stein in the post. Towns on him. The pass to Poole. And stolen by Wiggins. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. They get it back. Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Boy, how about the anticipation for Karl Anthony Towns? Beats everyone to the spot and goes right back up with it.
Towns with the steal. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Russell. Here's Robinson, and finished off by Robinson.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Rockets in Houston.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what, Greg? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
And it's Wiggins missing.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, and you realize he's just getting started in the league, his future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game. He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Passes it to Okogie. Knocks down the free ball. And with the offensive tool set of Karl Anthony Towns, Doris, he could see MVP consideration in the future.
Well, what we know about Karl Anthony Towns certainly is that each and every night he has a major impact for his team and consider he's still growing as a player and ironing out some areas. But this guy is going to be a star for a long time, no doubt.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Pass to Burks. And now here's Chris. And here's Burks. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
The Warriors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
그래도 러셀이 파울을
And the
많이
first one at the line is good.
얻어내가 좀
You know, Doris,
킬파울에서
I know your style of play at
무조건 잘
Providence
나오는
was
거는
one of
나쁘지 않아요.
aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized, but would you like to have that guy pick you up at 94 feet, be in your grill and in your face like he gives no quarter, he gives no concessions? If he were checking Kevin Harlan, my goodness, you'd have a long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you. Lets it go from 11. Jang, no luck. The Warriors trailing. Chris in the post. Vonleh on him. Spellman, no good.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
Here's Okogie. Burks covering. Chris with the rebound.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Burks, the pass to Spellman. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
Culver's checked in for Josh Okogie. Lee with the steal.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
And such focus on these difficult finishes. We're showing tremendous
미네소타도
will fighting for the
비슷하네,
defense.
골든스테이트처럼. 많이
Over
어려운
to the left
팀인데.
wing. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
그래도
And still a close
1쿼터는
game
이긴
as the
상태로
first quarter
끝냈네.
comes to a close. The Warriors on top. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
On his coaches, Greg and teammates.
제 타운즈
love
나오기
hearing that.
And how
전까지
can you
좀
not?
점수
I
많이
mean, that
내놔야
kind of
되는데.
drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. We've got Chris. Alec Burks is out there with Lee. And it's Bowman in the point guard. Robert Covington's checked in for Minnesota. Pass to Culver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot. He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
And the pass to Layman. There's the dish to Culver. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
수비 들어가는데도 넣어버리네.
Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Culver with the steal. Here's Napier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes it to Jang. From 10 feet out, it's not going to go for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
You take nothing for granted. These teams are very familiar with one another, and we expect a close contest.
Warriors with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work
요만큼 좀
defensively,
들어가주지.
the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling. Well, you think about Robert Covington's evolution since entering the NBA. When he started his career in Philadelphia, he got on the floor because of his defensive versatility. But credit this young man's work ethic because he put a ton of time in to become a respectable shooter.
And with Covington, he really has catapulted himself into one of the elite wing defenders, Doris, in the NBA.
And consider after he was traded, he took more of a leadership role because he was the best defender on the roster. And you know this, wherever he has gone, Robert Covington has made a huge difference on the defensive end of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Well, Anthony
나이스.
Towns checked in
내가
for
직접
Jack.
블락해야
Andrew
돼요.
Wiggins comes in for Jake Layman. And it's Teagan for Napier. Count that one. Russell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Warriors.
I'll tell you, it's hard to shake his concentration when D'Angelo Russell is this close to the cup. How about that tough shot?
Here's Towns. Covington trying to break free. Towns, no luck.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Pass to Poole. Robinson for 3. The shot, no good. Timberwolves go the other way with it.
야, 링은 맞춰야
Guys
되는
are
거 아니야,
looking for a spark
로빈스야?
here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Down low. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Not the kind of aggressive
그래도
defense
11점차까지
they
벌리고
need
있어.
to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
It's Russell with the drive. Great D that time from T. Timberwolves trail by 9. Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Poole. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Pascal. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Timberwolves shooting just 29% this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. And
야,
Towns, the bucket on the
쟤는
assist by T.
2명이 붙었는데
Towns has got
넣어버리네.
his second bucket.
And this to me is important for Karl Anthony Towns. We know he has a terrific perimeter game, but I like to see him take charge on the interior first.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Okogie comes in for Culver. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Warriors. Russell against T. Russell passes to Pascal. Robinson with it. Out to Russell. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Tries to save it. And Robinson with a clear path to the basket. Russell with the bucket. Russell's got 6 in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And it's slammed in by Teague.
Jeff Teague has deceptive strength, effortlessly sinking the shot despite taking the hit.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Graham's checked in. Minnesota shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Free throw good, Teague. And Doris, last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
Russell passes to Poole.
아,
It's off from three-point range.
노마크였는데.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Teardrop shot and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Timberwolves shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Warriors leading by 8. Russell looking around. Here's Pascal. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Noah Vonleh. The Warriors have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. First one falls for him.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Teague the pass to Towns. Towns is double. Back to Teague. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, it'll take more than that to stop Jeff Teague, just determined to score despite any obstacle.
And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
There's a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Doris, for Jeff Teague, he's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision, he cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
And the first one drops. And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
Lee, left side. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. 6 on the shot clock.
줄 데가 없어.
Golden State needs to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Minnesota making some changes. Jang, who's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Napier in for Teague. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Okogie, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
아니 13점까지 벌어지던 게
Napier with it. And again, it's Minnesota.
한 점 차까지.
And that'll do it for the first half of
러셀의 유무가 정말 크구나.
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole. And that does it for our
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Jeff Teague.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Graham in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Ryan Saunders. Poole the pass to Cauley-Stein. And he uses the glass on the layup. Cauley-Stein's got the first basket of the second half here for the Warriors. Russell against Teague. Pass to Towns for the tie. And it's Russell with the rebound.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
There's the basket. Poole. Wiggins with the block.
Well, using every bit of that 7-foot wingspan, Wiggins air-mailing it back.
Teague the pass to Towns. And Towns, a player who took a little bit of time adjusting from the college game at Kentucky to the NBA game, especially Doris on the defensive end.
I do think you have to appreciate over the last several seasons Karl Anthony Towns' commitment to becoming a better defender. Listen, he has the length to not only block shots, but to alter shots, and you just want him to have consistent effort on that end.
Out left to the wing. Outside Robinson. Back to Cauley-Stein. Golden State moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Drops it in from 11 feet. Cauley-Stein's got his second basket of the night.
Well, the size advantage playing a big part there. Just calmly rises and fires.
Graham surveying the floor. Pass to Wiggins. Kicks it to Towns. Pass to Teague. For the tie. Another miss by Minnesota.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Robinson passes to Cauley-Stein. Here's Poole. Cauley-Stein in the post. Defended by Towns. Pass to Robinson. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Yes, that goes in.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Timeout called the Warriors. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Wiggins left side. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And there's the call on Jake Layman. That's foul number 2 for him. Napier, he's checked in for Minnesota. Outside, Russell. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And D'Angelo Russell was expected to be targeted this past summer. Ends up as a sign and trade to the Warriors. Was going to leave Brooklyn after the Durant signing no matter what. Should be an interesting fit.
Napier kicks to Wiggins. And Pascal pulls it down. Pascal's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Russell at 6'5". Able to play at the point guard or the shooting guard. Greg, when you look at his game, what's his best position?
Probably the one. I mean, we're seeing a trend towards bigger point guards at the same time that 4s and 5s are trending smaller. Everybody wants that switch ability on defense.
To the right side. Spellman the pass to Russell. Here's Poole. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And here we have an opportunity to check out.
어디로 공격해야 될지 모르겠다 진짜.
He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged 24 per clip, 12 rebounds and 3 assists. And he paced the whole team in points per game last season.
Well, his teammates understood that he was their best option. And understandably, Greg, they got him the rock.
Okogie, the pass to Culver. No one covering. Culver's got his second bucket tonight.
Shooting off the catch is about confidence. There, Culver demonstrating how it's done.
Bowman. Napier covering. The pass to Pascal. Over in the corner, Lee. Minnesota with the rebound. 1:37 left to play in the third. And the dunk by Vonleh.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Bowman. Napier covering. Now here's Burks. Tight defense on him. Pascal, the pass to Burks. Chris in the post. He's against Jang. They get the rebound. Minnesota leading by 3. Napier finds Jang. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Jang's got his first bucket of the night.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And stolen by Napier. Passes to Okogie. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Loving the energy right now here in the 3rd quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Knocked away and stolen by Napier. Here's the floater. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Burks. Some nice passing by Golden State. And Gorgie Jang is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So both teams making some changes here. 20 seconds left in the 3rd. Cauley Stein passes to Pascal. Here's Chris. Here's Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
And it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, that is a timely 3-pointer there. They had to keep it within reach going into the 4th, and that shot allows them to do just that.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. Cauley Stein is out there with Chris. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Bowman at the 1 spot. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Napier. Minnesota leading by 6. Now here's Teague. Okogie, the pass to Teague. The layup off target. Here's Pascal. He kicks to Burks. Right wing. Here's Bowman. Misses the three. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Pass to Towns. Here's Okogie. The pass to Graham. 6 to shoot. Here's Towns. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Timeout called the Warriors.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Chris. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Towns, the pass to Okogie. Over Burks. Okogie misses. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Bowman. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Towns. And he knocks down the first one. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And in recent years, some call the Warriors the greatest fast-breaking team since the Showtime Lakers. Doris, do you concur?
Greg, the Showtime Lakers are my all-time favorite team. But I will say, because of the shooting, the ball handling, the passing, the capability on every possession for something spectacular, I would say that this team was as close as you can get to the Showtime Lakers.
Bowman, defended by Covington. Got a piece of it. Towns with the steal. Covington dishes to T. Here's Towns over Cauley Stein. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, he's got moves and counter moves inside. Towns makes the defender pick his poison.
And he can't hit the second.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Burks. And Teague's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Towns. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one. Bowman. Teague covering. Cauley Stein against Towns. Pascal. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
A crucial breakdown defensively, and he was quick to make them pay.
We call that execution, Greg, getting the ball to the right guy where he can do some damage.
Passes it to Wiggins. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 6. Shot from free throw range. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Bowman. Teague covering. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Warriors making a switch here. Timberwolves leading by 6. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Poked loose. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. So it's Minnesota now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Covington's shot is off.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Towns.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. But he stays with it. Teague the pass to Towns. Second shot opportunity over Cauley Stein.
나이스.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Wiggins against Russell. Pass to Poole. Covington with the steal. Wiggins with it. Robinson picks him up. Wiggins drives in. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Warriors trail by 4. Pass to Pascal. Some nice passing by Golden State. Russell kicks to Robinson. Russell against Covington. And
그렇지.
so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Teague bounce pass, and the call is going to be yes, yes it is an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
To take the lead, here's Poole. And too long on the shot. Minnesota in the lead. Graham, the pass to Teague. Here's Wiggins. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
Well, plenty of energy left for key situations. The young Andrew Wiggins, determined.
Russell passes to Cauley Stein. Shoots over Towns. Cauley Stein's shot is good. Cauley Stein's got 4 this quarter.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Russell against Teague. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, Jeff Teague is a very capable scorer from the lead guard position. He plays with a high motor. He can make shots. This guy is very good at the point.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
Fast break. Minnesota launches the 3. Buries it from outside.
거기서
Devastating
패스 미스
shooting
하나가
ability
진짜 크다.
of Jeff Teague. This guy's got ice water in his veins.
And there's the pass to Cauley Stein. Russell from long range. Wiggins with some nice D. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
거기서 딱 역전 들어갔어야 되는데 그 패스 미스 막히면서 딱 3점 때려박아가지고.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on the comeback.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Poole. And again,
제
it's the
툴은 진짜
Warriors
쓰레기다.
missing. Now Towns. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big
분명
difference.
이길 수가
Once they
없단
started
말이야.
to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg.
자, 이렇게 해서 미네소타 팀버울브스 대 골든스테이트 워리어스 경기 11월 9일 경기 한번 플레이 해봤고요. 아, 너무 아쉽네요. 거기서 패스미스 하나 때문에 3점씩 먹고 된 게. 일단 방송 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.